Budget Blinds. Visit their showroom or call today for a free in-home consultation.
A Lloydminster man has been fined more than $15,000 after altering a shoreline without a permit off Makwa Lake. Reid Keebaugh was charged and entered a guilty plea for failing to comply. The Water Security Agency received a public complaint of an individual removing hillside cabin for the construction of a new cabin, but a proper aquatic habitat protection permit was not obtained. The project could have placed harmful or toxic chemicals into aquatic organisms, requiring the Water Security Agency to take action. Keebaugh was convicted of 2 counts under the Environmental Management Protection Act, a charge that can carry a maximum fine of up to $1 million. There's been a staggering increase in the suicide rates across Alberta this year, that number up 30% from the previous year. This stemming from the recent slump in the oil and gas sector, resulting in many layoffs. In this week's edition of Healthy Living, Nicole Stilger explores this concerning statistic and what other factors may be present.
It's a serious issue in Alberta, and newly released data on suicide rates state that in the first half of last year, there were 252 suicides in the province. During the same time frame this year, that number is up to 327. And if the trend continues, Alberta could be on course for 654 suicides in 2015. But as psychologist Michelle Hamilton says, we have to be careful to not make any assumptions about what the numbers mean.
Suicide is obviously a very complex, problem, and I think is more likely the result of long-term mental health issues and addiction issues, as compared to short-term, economic strain and stress.
Not to downplay the effect job loss has on one's identity, that can play a significant role when it comes to mental health.
Loss like that, and loss in all forms, can really contribute to a sense of hopelessness, a sense of despair, depression, and sometimes people begin to feel that they have no other alternatives.
Added stress during the holiday season can also take its toll.
I think that this time of year is especially stressful for many families, and whether or not it's a matter of job loss. I think there's a lot of high expectations about the Christmas season.
Hamilton has noticed an increase in demand for counseling services and acknowledges that mental health resources are strained, but she says there are still support options available for everyone.
In communities, there are mental health and addictions clinics that are available to people free of charge. There are hotlines that are meant to be, short-term response to people in crisis.
Hamilton says if people notice suicidal behavior in others, it's important to be courageous enough to address the issue directly and let them know that support is available.
Many times when people are depressed to the point of having thoughts of suicide, they might be relieved to have someone ask about it and to have opportunity to get help for it.
Last year's increase to the mental health budget by the provincial government is also an encouraging step in attempts to make help more accessible to everyone and to curb the serious reality of the situation. Nicole Stilger, Newcap News.
For the 8th year in a row, the SPCA is locking up prominent members in the community for the sake of animals. While money has been pouring in to help them post bail, being behind bars isn't as rough as you might think. Hannah Tita has more.
And that's the hard part, is going to be here for 12 hours, and at the end of the day, it's going to be so hard to say goodbye to these guys. I'm in puppy heaven.
Some prisoners have already formed strong bonds with their four-legged cellmates. 18 local celebrities and business owners are participating in the Jail and Bail fundraiser this year for the Lloydminster and District SPCA.
Honestly, this year, knowing that the economy the way it is, and pretty much this year, whatever we can make, we appreciate. That's really the key, is just to see that support is still coming in, and we're happy with whatever we end up with in the end.
This is the largest annual fundraising event for the SPCA, and all the money raised goes towards operational costs.
You see the conditions here all the time, and you know it's kind of the stuff the dogs really need, right? I mean, a lot of this money is going to go towards helping pay for vet stuff, paying help for food, maybe even a little bit for a possible new shelter down the road.
The annual Jail and Bail is not just an opportunity to raise money for the facility, but also a chance to showcase some of the animals, like Mocha, in need of a home.
Available for adoption, we're probably about 75, and then we do have about close to 100 animals in care right now.
The SPCA encourages everyone in the community to show their support. This is the 8th year one inmate has been locked up for the cause.
The animals make me keep coming back every year and helping out the neglected animals.
I think the biggest thing is if I don't get the money that I want here, I would love to see Marty gone by the end of the day to a great family.
Hannah Tita, Newcap News.